好，我们一起顶礼哈，顶礼上师以三根本，三宝三根本一起哈，一起顶礼。南无喇嘛德贤都贝库，观求孙吉让心啦，大当着瓦sem cher nam。 Chan chu bar du cha sun chi sim chen ro wa kun don tu lama san je zhum ne ni kang la kang dun chen le ji tam cha wu ye hong wu jian yu ji nu zhang ca bei ma ke sar dong bo la Yang Chen Chu Ki Mu Zhu Ni Bei Man Zhong Ne Jie Su Zha Kur Dong Kan Zhu Mong Bu Kur Ti Di Jie Su Da Zhu Ji Jin Di La Chen Xiu Su So Guru Bei Ma Sin Di Hong Kun Sa Dor Sen Ga Xi Ri Sen Bei ma kara jen ban ni shul nga so sur nun nya te ton jar ca so ka tere la mar nam la sur wan de cho du ja wa se dan che ba yi kim se no be che su la na me cha zo ten be nga da ba yu we Ya se ju bar che la so wan de chan ce wa da chu jin sha ba da je su yi ra kur shi so wa yi ge wa chung se da ki chi sa ba tan che da ki chan chu chen bo ngo sa xi bu chu chu xin me do zha ri ra lin xi ni de jian ban di san ji xin du mi de po wa yi zhou kur nam da xin la ju bar xiu sem jian nam ji san ba da Lo yi jib zha chi da wa Chi chung tu mo te ba yi Chi jin kor lo kor de so Ka de la ma non la gu sa za yin de ru je de ri bu zo zo cha yi shu ga lai la ju be tu ju ru ji pen de zhe Pangka lami zola gu za za yin de zong je ge na nyong na ga de zong je ge la bi ge za be la mi de so ne da zong zhou yi lo na ju la ju ru kong da su dong gen de na de xi dong ma ji ba gong su da de zhen be ju jie be san ban de ba da de xi xie lai ge zong na ne je ge zhuo da de mi ge na zhuo a ge ji zhan de tham je ge de xue zhong tu ju ji lai yong nong ka de nyong be san ji tang ji nong zhuo de de ba Yon de ba zobe son ye kombo de tab yin la ma de da ji de ko ba ji wo nyong be song ba jia chi wa shong san ko na sa ta de Shu zhen be kun de ju ba na zhong do ji de ji meng an no ni ji gen ji wan de tu la sa ta de san ba shu
Once again, in order to listen to the teaching, generate the mind of bodhicitta, thinking that one will achieve the supreme enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings, and one will lead all beings onto the path of liberation and supreme enlightenment single-handedly without relying on others. And with that attitude, listen to the teaching, and the attitude of listening to the teaching should be in accordance with the sutras, tantras, commentaries, and the pith instructions.
Tene konsen ba chime chuje ramani patun jime chuje ume liba chebim. Ndeshe tonda pason do gebe tom. Ela toma geba le toma geba 同辈端除了作为做工的学生以外，把这个吧，台湾前辈大光兄弟的接班，接班到台湾给吧，研究去了各位说送的吧里，他同胞工的学生以外，除了个这个就工的学生吧，他第三的同胞，按照对学同胞们每人都差个没多，天马上也是同胞，嘛龙吉拉起呢，今天开始查查的，我们开始穿嘛这些讲的什么有。
The teaching that you are going to receive today is on Padu Rinpoche's text, composed text called A Discourse Virtuous in the Beginning, Middle and the End, and the commentary by Khenpo Shenga, called The Heart Treasure of the Enlightened Ones. So this text consists of three sections or 3 chapters, you can say. The first one is thinking about the state or the attitude and the conduct of the beings of the degenerate age, and then generating sadness. That's the first section. The second section is speaking about the view, meditation, conduct of the Mahayana. And the third one is again imploring all of us to generate the mind of renunciation. So the first section is finished, and in the second section, we have already completed one verse. So since the text is quite long, we won't be able to complete it. So what I will do is today first read out give you the reading transmission of the remaining text, and then whatever time is left, I will try to explain the verses. So first we will listen to the reading transmission of the root text along with the commentary.
第几些呢？现在国外人的大马皮，现在真的说为大马皮，上天出发成为大马皮。平安有作为对了把这上的，用入现在当前就当马这吧，国外人的，让了马皮，真的六马同皮，现在当前真的农小的大马皮，出发两度马同皮，上天当前出发上的大马皮。 本把俺把一周周围对了把做，带了用浪通姐嘛，跟着从了家子做烟笔，没得见家姐跟着我现在这落得几年民众民就是比那些老他去来一周当西上的没得别个把的，家姐不就把那跟着送去了，跟着我把。 包括现在这些年一切的那落得几多这边民就是一些。 那些对多几把多罗他农年去把这些呢，几了一周中去，现在这不了跟着从这些都些那现在的这往球呢上去当去上去把多里上去的跟着上个对吧？你就那么那些多，对的，那么现在这些我这边带了跟着对吧？你就那么就里。 那么上去，那么确定，那么跟着跟着那么把多件抢西送错的了，家中最出走，那面各种都多件没些吧。没些别，这些年纪当年我都些吧，当这也弄，这帮这个老了你不能的咱，这些老早啊，上周三就叫啊，跟着这些老从上周三到明朝先，着了你这我的一周中些都是这把就老早吧呢。 工作当单都上周餐饮边那上周第年来叫啊，跟着这把就老总不上周个三什么这都没这钱，上周才早啊用三节当节，东岸的传统的年节饮边那这个了，让个一个年节我的一个做中西也这样，工作三节呢三节当节大概大几个这边上节是。 各班都把第三的来东北把你书记啥呢？那有多等东三节那提把这么多了，他把你有别你是没把一些做的你个那种情节早点边呢，你得看到马上完了有没事别， 中没把那种把钱弄点那你看我都，你这老中吧，你搞不起人来，点嘛这东个个老东西，他起码这边觉得这把拉用没都没用，把这把关键，突然中午下午都。可玩可比起来年多的这因为那天下个月，得到后面头发上边打马屁，自己地都所谓是把从地都人呢多进下山的，多进作为我的一种东西中的头发没可把的，将把你打并且立即是把当今的地都所话东对吧当这把就呢。你对面这是吧？准备这么大呢，软件这看那嘛这么对吧？另外一种的，少把东西少把东西边不看那嘛多吧？说他像说中哈送机东啊东西，你大把那个一下边三斤很接进来了，你就把那么多送机边多几对对，三几把东，多单把拉出你把工作你不工作这边多东下用。将你根据经过判决现日结果说3点把你点击到，现在说了把这没见娘把你说句多的，你不多比说明讲，一种种个说说，可把这边就你大马里吧，么娘没比些人，现在包括吧一样的大了，大的先别落的是别就这里绿豆龙就给做研究马进讲的讲了我。我那个那就渐渐讲究跑了一路东，我做了一路东西，上的我记不大多，怎么多，点把我把前边乱的呢？什么准备就因为那地里头绿豆了是当给别错的几把东西，算东西先让去把，我就把到马年纪先了，当前看的个人话现在今年渐渐讲究做了一个这个东西，我装把叫。现在咱们那边那就都在西巴拉沙里边呢，上街过年我那么街过来上街过来那边过，在那么西的街头也没多，这些东西这边叫一路长，谁上天这边上街都就把忙上街上街进去呢，大家上街蹲出来一边呢，上街过年我那么呢，秋天的你来的。让我过一天的，你在左边上街来讲，那把就问。半个那么东方爬出现在这个也没都西边我这边，东就这我写了一个主把中间听，这种那个国际我都写，忘记当年那么写的这种是那么写的忘记都，让到我的一路中写上的，流动啊都一结果呢，那强强的这边对吧？这熊啊东，那这里，他们那都多么多做的这刚被老王啊东。这不这个东那个东，那这个东我你各地各地我都这边那边这边呢，我记当年在我这边就你就找那么那爬出现在这了，然后那么写的多把就那我就今年就要多把一边拿，一顿拿让了有把就我让我都写的特别高呢，一路中写这样一点，然后这个东那就多少那多少拿，对上家里你都。网络特级准备写入新阶段了，看的热闹中的罗那面，同时来到这边现在到大陆，我这个最近做了过，可当中我的一主动，不帮给对边可的，热闹里路，热闹路个我跟我们同行做的，当然马上边罗那面的，这到农村这边去当今的大伙拉到经过这弄把这些年，大几你说这把这大的，的现在用做把就为了。台湾人叫这弄那光比马大边曾经的多把干的大的忘记不如啊弄了对看什么，没把对没把几下都那个把一边拿，可把当中装头，对那谁把这样我你就装了小不，他这山都对吧那边做那做这里边。去到马就是说，山中对吧的，山人马都写下见面的，山地上去一年家里头，都跑去买吧，拍的国产车，街上做，我个没把家里堆水养，家里那种没把路没去，这些经过家啊，关经过， 共同农化土地前边过，农动那个我的一株东西做的，接着的那种忙用下下全部对吧？那说话呢？工地没比罗拉没去比，的地方几把工地叫把工地各种土地工的，没大比那工厂农化同期那土地前边过一容易，农化东西对呢那把2万年嘛，几比多把年。当你登记了那边那广东全国我的一种中心用，这就年着联行对吧？中年对吧？七九一主吧求进这的，张怕比土多那都上面抓动话是些一种中心什么，做的这就那都年把都对吧？来着的，俺那对吧？都随便那统计7、9都就把那一个主位，求进养生对了。对了，这块同济那旁边送东都到那边，大体就把都这个抓动俺就让动的西边那边一种中心，对在那的，人家那都去那娘都接，然后我都对那这个头，就是菜的种的现在这来你这那种我的一种东西做的，现在那做年么把多各种多我把些这吧，对人家那都一直些那在上面都被娘都多被一些。这自己把当让个同啊，我都对不然就被吃，这都给弄起身就讲特别那瞧个我这人在那把街道他们我来已经成了都在前头说说完这边接触前的这了在那，来接触这边我的一个这把中西，我那去了说的咱们国送前的，每个是水梅，没到我那这些呢。那他光下多嘛下种这那个弄到这他工作啥了的，你们那些神经跟了走，这确也做我的一种种，些什么的，弄到光下这多嘛下种都两边那么也都西巴了，你说没办法了，弄到也没都被加把工钱土多钱对嘛，这边啥共同个啥了的，那不是把东西，去年这老板里没得把下钱。差劲，你是没把就说这想找的生意对面，我得了下大的，就马里把样子做给我的一种东西，就做把嘛人用的大，些多找上边成绩都是肉你个你这他这种，特别现在那都那真的去那种我的一种东西种，些多个找的什么生计马里把那电话个。对比上边成绩头把几烂着啊，这种个成绩大个你个都觉得他们的，你这所学东啊都这吧对比你这他这，那么多把中心的，同对一些对吧？什么呢？这啥啦？娘多比劳动聪明吧？什么这边脱学的每年真的来那么做，我经过你一个是吧？就这用。要电机肉给前面买了那种都是你不求几台，初查肉家吃了速冻货，那前面去做工的一种东西这种，在去到工厂了点把前面是把肉给台，可能有前把没被十几年把你都被买了谁的，这种老被这一代呢，你被娘来了准备这边求几台呢，说那这些从你说啥比肉家弄吃了他们这都没这边。速冻后了，都新北给咱用做做成我的一种东西，用特别不咋娘的去过走，这种前头线路不通修，你这不考从爬马进那么这顺便去做我的一种这种，就的了一些别特别不咋对你，老多出境的些别娘的就去过了出发去了，这种了，这边前头现在东航跟交通会线路跟。不同学，就你这部门，怎么得用？看中的升级当级的了，这都没把嘛现的，顺便去做进攻的就是东西，去这吧，都了，看的你个种，下的些把的建议些那个，去民众那人，同时这吧拿的200枚，可把那都弄到没，那都下周现在都，从那salon都找到那进攻的一种些种的，弄啊没比如说这个马里把弄完了弄些东西， Trubala de Tela Debi, the Gobocho de Mela, Kua Tela Tubi, the Yang de Banica, not on the Lona Geo Medo. Not over Chassis, the Geo Ameba Yedo, the Chinese Salon, and the Dondi. So Medo Zobi Trolu, the nature to them, Demba, and the Vanijing on the Yedo. Not to shadow the Shibala, Yende Tendra, Juachi, Nana, Yeni Soji be near Yete. Ronta de Don Yeme Chujo, Majunuma Jana Ronsa Charan, Shami Chujo on the situation is the Riton Jambashola Yidudon. She is on the wrongest senior river, she Tomba Chamberdo. Nizo maybe Chujo going on to Redu, needing the Trava, Juba, Numadi, Najibing Moja, Yisi Ronsa and Chatin. Shami Chichu on the Nodo Shee, Driva Chujo, Jidu Samba, Redo Jambaro Shola, Yudu, Dronje, Tela Jadin. No Ji Rimbala Tenetu Ji, so I Jibane. Nibijani Jubi, Nibijani Jubingoni, Nibirongo, Niju Tamashi, Shibato, Tijin, Tingoni, Yuru, Shigu the Travaj Nibet, the Hasoki, Jubi Ji Jabadum, Jojo Trotuba, the Beji, Chola, Juvingoni, Rondi Dingo, Jaji Tuedon. Nebado Truba Tonji Chuni Yomba Jebel, Niso Meba, Tamaji Sheba, Songa Tali, Joni, Jeji Yonjing on the Yidruba Dronji, Condoni, Tandon, Tandon on the Condon Satu, Deni, Loja Nubici, Tabbing on the Rudo Shizone, Condoji Novichutonji, Rondiba Jebel, Tani. Turn to me, Nil de la Yon, turn to Motia, maybe on the Kondo Jumata in Chatula too. Teta Soto Nobe, Demanica, Yotala, Yeme, Chuni, Wakani, Loda Numi. She looked demanded about Tabi, Nidu on the Idu Donji. Momitando Sanji Chamba, Sanji Tendo. Sanji Nobe, the Mode. No, then you may just Shabbat, Roger, Tobin on the Indian Jesu, Soju, no matter the Cheta, no, at the Madam Sanji, Shambachulam, the Sanit and all, the Lu, Lomji, and the Deputy Jabano, Yola Mepa, no be Zubu, the Batin, no San Yisumeba, Riba Jalindo, Trovi Roman, Shara Champo, Code Roger, Tobaju on the Rodoji, Sanji Roger, Numatro. Ribbon on the San Tor Rosata, Serenime Tele, Jigging, Gome Chukum on the Rudoshism, the Soto Chozo, Ronji, Nam, the name, the Ritoji, you must hit JB, you see it nation. Ribbon on the Sanji Toso, the Jaton, Rondo, Ron Sata, the best. Sandoriba Niso maybe Chuni Tele Yati on the Gome Chuku Yolon Jumi, on the Yedra Joji, Tajin Done, Ready Jimmy, Sejilon, Londo Ronju, Londo Uma Chalapo, Jura no Kele maybe Tanjun, Roji Lon, the Koji Chata Jamboto, Gome Londo Doji, Noji Taj, and the Chase of it. Yadorongo, Yonte, Chenasuru, Rosa Dro, so Mangan and the day. As a long lad, Chenachir in the Zedmeji, Noji, Rosa, Shemi Sanjin, Noja, Public Nebeco, Tondo on the Donshi, so the not on the Ladu Cheba, Nejon, Ibena. So the Bala Chabado, Medibala, Domala, Noma, the Demba Chebi, Rosa Trovi. Tetra made the Toby Sanjin Noja Tomche, Public Cole, Tameteba, Tommy Rosa Drogi, Druba Drogi, Drang Hajishina, Shina Dejuni, in the Meji, Noji Rosa, Semi Conde Rondo, Yedu some, Tono Rondo on the Yedu, which is about Dr. Draba Tonjing Hadu, Deju, Tomba Imbina, on the Dran Himba Domin. No, I don't buy him, Lord, the Rosa Trollo, the other Shamba maybe on the cottage Ronda, Con, Tobatonji, the Yiga Trobeston. Maybe turn on Rosa Trova, on the Yedo, Tenon, Jimmy, and Joseph. 先都没进，先都没进，先弄中啥中，中啥多前面只能怕被出这种，先弄中啥中啥我的一直都先就把中的这种弄啊弄进没对的，这外面把先拿这都就是什么一边呢？这次之前的没见你们的先弄东西中啥大的出路，第一次来先把没见。这种东西怕被出的出的也把一边的这弄中啥周边工的一个中间，弄中出去相当就那这边你绝对没就先弄中啥，前面这种怕把这边的弄工的一种些这种，弄都感觉现在这边的说多边都那一边的说绝对没对先弄东西，弄着出了先。先把那边啥东西肉吧呢，怕几辈子那边呢，弄啥中国，那就这里弄东西，一些你们那种样的，弄都擦中弄什么的多，前面先弄人家来这里，人弄我的一种中心怎么什么的，人家弄东西多，你把你都想的弄都弄完，那么那一边呢，弄都去擦中跟弄东西的。弄啥着了？先把那边那些弄个人家的，做完有一弄他也成了一边了。我这弄弄啥着呗？我的有着中间，去个东北前头大院那边的电锯录音这当弄啥那前面弄这工的东西去个我多数弄着我的一种这种，弄这工的就东西对嘛？你东北前头那大院那个一边了，在他那电把都怎么到大院录音怎么东西弄啥当的？前面都着了，前面就我看呢。同时刚才一去东西，去跟我里面的那把多少马帮弄啥，这边我的一个这把中间，用东啊艺术这把那个工具浪都弄啊就明白的。现在有的马路着了的，这传统弄啥着那把啥东都到啥东买了一些路那边，现在让我的艺术中心怎么做的？有了没被启动这个这边现在有没都变才嘛东西，就是说怕马中把出备路了出对的，出啊弄把等你一那种就那种啥种啥东哪个完全这边我那你把等你啥东等你，里没弄特别一些你讲路那没被你这个写到中我的艺术中心，家这有些马中走了对那个的超级容啥容中那种也动过，也动两级一些路那么，那个家容我的一种些什么种的有两把你了，那都没弄了，就为俺家姐，那都花姐，希望那有结算得到，而且慢这吧，这个一路了对那种，让确实说怎么就得意思，容啥周边那也动我的那帮牛肉，也动对你的，两把你一些就路那没变那。俺家容着急，我的一个这么中钱，多少有几马都先落对，先弄容啥中那个电动那种电动速度一些路那边，多少容着我的有着急怎么种的，有多管车马容动啊这边多差就边那，有几介绍马进把那个的，多管这么这边落了对东那都先种先抢进弄啊这条严重，容家严重容着电动我都抢的那个。我电动电力那的速度都比一些家把路他们那边些人都想容着进我的一种中，差都有几马都马种那么多学了女的对，多去容着路动下周一些路那没差都容着我的一种些都是，我有些两百年来的这些都差都从我这边那有的没这边。这是蛮多把人都给看不多久就落了对了，那多久等你一次容家容着都同啊，今天那种都我那边那路东半这里小州一些路那边是差都容着进我的一种都的，这么有些马路出弄都容我对多少容家容着，而东我都而去一些路那边。这么容着我的一种些这种的有些人这路了，这么马里边就那种的大跟那有的电把马乱吧，我让我来对那都多少那种的，就刚几把东西也是容下那种的容着的觉得这东西吧， 소마다지 올리마다 리톤 대갈림 초지 시죠 로나 메비 때문에 도지 오니 이게 두두모치 요 동화 까니 더번 콘디 로념 진리도 내라라바네 조보에 도지미 나금네도 돈이 립텔에 치리네 바바 나게 잡어 노로나메 돈이 다른 건데 이루어도 제대로 zon대 소주 부모지 도마 제와 메베 나가고라 오 까니다 ngani tande taba tomba ni do ronji hunje ne be be tile ni ye me be me je bi che ne ye de pa jo no ge jabo yon de lo na me me je bi to yi ta bi ngoni ru dong ji so ba yu san nim ji chi bi sha nyo ni me do na che re je pa jo de sha ba lo na me ro nyo do bi ngoni jo ro che ba zong de 대두가 소화요 domn도 산이 쇼지도 되는 집이 잡았다보데 대두녀바니도 스님이 소매바도 도와시르지데 파조대요 잡아임녀도 들리로나 매베나 로뇽지 도병원이 이거 종지 두신 참만점에 추빌로 온도로 조근이 진짜 시리는데 파조 고와도로로나메 미메니진 건데 이루로 제점도 돼 도체 나서 노요 세만점반데 버도 추빌로 이라 좋아 건지 동아 송라 미니 니제 선제 야와만도 먼저 제반 근데 시리지 예대 바좀 고와 도로 세점내도 로나메 미바메 니징원의 이루 중심 온도제 코빌리 제리도 좋아 시진년지 도나 시리진데 로도 투제 점볼 오다메 제베 로지 원의 이루 제자바도 등만도 세바지 코비 주르 주바 제벨리 진 토리도 나서 som대 년로하리 저도 고짐는 좋아지빈 세진요만이도 도나시리지 라데 근데 저도 투제 제모 대요로나메베 아라 진지저 롱이데 볼는데 제제 동지 예배 코나는 로지도 중건데 이루 좀 나지 산지롱지 초제차 산이 저거 도나시리지 바좀 잡아 자소로나메 로세 송제신나지 세비 이루동 제주성데 노지여도 산지롱지 초제 차로 노아 탐지 산이지와 메버리도 주고로지는도 돈이 실리지 이때 파조 잡아자 자존들로나 메비 론제 연이 송지바 임바 시비 이루는 종지 다다 뽕데 트제 트바라 제단 배좀 초자비 자비 튜메비 술 종제 제모 유마데 걸리는데 제마 트바도 롱게 센디통 산통산도니 트바도 제돔녀도 베베 노조네 노버진지 니니 치무 소바지 베바 제주 니부사는 노요민 시송조 고송랑 랑아 춘이정 롱제도 라다바데 만냐바네 르노 두진지마 짐니 집이 준 돈도 하루 지나시리지 봐도 가서 반에로 나면 노돈 라그 원이 이루는 제도도 류선 농아 동지 되지 뱀비로지도 안티질르 ዝ만네 고반지 바주 주나 노 지만나 뭐 동반도 되지니 저 동비사로 지나시리 짐든데 봐도 가서 반에 대니리 로즈도 매데 매매나 노도 그이런 노도 하고 ron지도 시비 돈이 이게 좀 ron지 나게 접에 자도 나노 접에 자도 접에죠 자동하도 지나치리지 봐줘서 저 자치 로나미 자동하도 시비 리주 동 체조 좀는데 나도 농알아 접에 자ron지 좀도 좀 로네 접에 농아 점내지지비 자게 던지도 자동하 신도 ngaде jomi doji song dumne do shi shi na jawa kunje song doji sereje yete pajo singe doji jawa teni lona mebe na dra dra che ngaje shiba ji kun shibi ro dong shi ngaje seji noji senno demba senno senno denjin chuban ko binyobe do to ra chila jana sereji 바주 선인가 솔로나메 이제 선이 죽은 이루동 제좀 산조도 노베 시리죠 Demba Jebin Truban, the one the Kobe Sava, Jubin, Juibi, Jushi Shalam Yadava, Todaji, Machu, never Balajana. Chuku Yibele, Tenisi, Residim, the Pajo Seni, Maso Day, Lona, maybe Seni, Chukun Tobi, Moni, Donchi, Yon Tomji, Yeniso Jibi Ronji, Dotawa, Sha, Gute. Not the Yenik Tawa Chuko, Chuko Rojana said, Patoji de Ojolo, Labea, Tawaranjon on the Yiru, not the Yendi, no but the Chuko going on in Mayuji. Chutama maybe Ronjanga, so don't Javis, Shantava Ibena, Patonji, Ojo, the Lord, Roger maybe not it, Tawaranjo, High and go to saving on. You get Robert Roji, Onam, no lying color, the Chujo. 통지 제일지 고난님도 잡아내 찐시나 제지나 되니 주도 주탑 나리 너도 리자도 링아도 리존라스바도 지다 담바 통지도 안데레 릭지도 디바인데 사이 잡아 군대 제일진 하진이 보군데 예도 추지 제도 군대 সং주지 제시 군로문데 이루로 제주부zon데 라지 자바군 되베 너리 조베 다니지 제르지 듬니 동하지 니보군 디바 소 이게 주바도 추지 추지 공비 제주 군 디바네 সং주사이来내지 시비 내가 그 조아지 원데 이루로 정지 정주 산라 제주 니 디바 메리소 제나 추 도라만 추 달라만 노마 dans la mamochi, Telobi, tu t'as chanté, Roginiso Mebiche, Seigneur Ronjo, ici, Marion, Zozo Javito, Teni Chichi Tojuna, Sonji Sine, Telacha, de Deni Bichingola, Trome to be Chingo, Sharashi, Sonso, Shala, Ige to be Payan, to the Chenam. Shenji Noto, Chujima Sonse, Gombe Shani, Oman, Meon, Shijubi. Roger John, there is this young. John D. Top, Shinaton, the linear John, the Eagle Drobadron. So I told you, don't Cheta Soma, don't Jim, the Bayi, the Noble Remote Tavino, Shadon Yon, Armor, Rick Tomji, the Batuja Jumbo, Man, Nova Note, the Doji Samba, Pedro J. Man, and Nomadai. On the day of the Ringa, Doric to Doji John the Chiba, you get the Debal and Druban Juro, on the Jimbaro, the Chimaman, the Surrender Parosima, the names of Parosima, Pen the Tunji Parosima, and the men, something about Jima. On the Sheraja Parosima, you get to the Parosima to Jula Zoban, the Vachedo, Yon Omdi, Temunjo, me, Shadon, Ni, Majanjum. Peji, the Chantum, me, Chadon, Honge, Yamava Tonji, Nisun Jom, the Juba Dibi, Tunga Yesu Taba Yeno, Yon Omdi, the Laji, Yosa Jusa, me, Lama Yosa Chu, Nede, me, Yosa Chu, Peji, Sosonga Yosa Chu, me, Yaki Yosa Chu, Honge Yari, Chebi Yosa Chu, Juba Cheba, Yibi to Deba, Debi, Rick to the Chegon. 지금 최도 용 언제다 사이 된도 매네 미 된도 니네 잡을 된도 배진의 사다가 된도 매매네 두도 신지 된도 동홍근에 뇌진도 지지 된도 토비 된 톰젤리 탑도 되비 좀 이게 주바도 봐줘 용 암진님들 두비네스 단 매네 차리네도 니네 롱근네다 Pagine, Begin, the main, John, the Hogan. And then, Nina longer near the Pagin, the Begin, the main, John, the Hogan, the Tribune, and the Villa. Netom J. Tavan, the Eager to the Devajo. Shivala Subajachi was so, though the Samatukuba Legion. Ribon the Penam and the need to tell the changes on New Jay. 이제 조배링가 사모레지 디바제 선놈지 공부네 선놈에 보면 동안면에서 어르기 본데다는데 에페나 초어지면 좀벌린데 니데도 바바 남냐다데 시다도 강가도 야만나도 시도도 박주도 셴듬도 동네도 텐라 바가도 에라바드네 바드 스마카 담도 히말라야 가도 고다 사르 넘냐도 초르르 인도 동가 정가지 용소 금센 잔춘 친 남소 바봄 어르게보 이게 눈여주베 가지문데 내지 대비 손너지 부모데 대는데 대진다 펠로 대비나 초지모 대당내다게 이 티바레르데 좋아한 누지 어르지보 이게 주베면서 성화지 내지 대비 손너지 부모데 게 좋아하면 손님도 어르지보데 배나 잔주 잔도 전남 전부 저세 세서 빠차 제지 제동 땡도 딱금바kai 땡도 딱금마kai 동게 다이 바도 바드메바 네 타이점 저저데베네 좋아뉴제 리분저주이 로베스가 점을 내지 대비선어지 부문네번에 네 좋아면도 세소 숨네서마도 빼나 좀더 좋아서 데데지만 마고번에 대지도 리지부 강게도 너들라 이게 두베링 하지 잡은데 토바데 일류람네란 도샤도 셰노도 듬는 군득만 먹으소 셰뚝손제 도비 이게 두베데 데베게 저안 좀 메디버 송소 르가지 잡은데 샤도르다 나로도 tra나 대라라 타비 사메 탭짐네데 롱차 톰제도 춘즈만주로 데라서 베님 타 예소 데도 람요 다발라 대반네 집이 뛴데 시비 제자 제세 거비죠 제대 니보면 솔라든 다네 자메 야나 메가 메바주 샤지 좀세 쇼라 이루름 제도 제좀제 정도 예니 이주소 대바지 통만 나서버때 시비 집이 샤데 너놈냐도 너르비 샤가 샤제 통제 거기 졸리 만마데비 나 시세 끈 동아 조숨녀도 니보메 솔라토도 다니 사메중 지가 자나 가위 nemde 사제 탐지 점세 쇼라 이게 좀 거기 조지 잡에도 체디 잡아 강도 제용 시제 돈제 때문에 동아 줌네도 자제 좁비면도 다라 지자유 다리 샤메 다라 주반 사르면도 제송소 메비 지자 메제 트메도 데메 놈이 제비 소도 다니 주메 고란 노란 니나가 면도 파주 베치도 이루dom네도 제좀데 데메지 롱tom 샤자도 트렌데라 som네도 메비 지사데 메제 톰제 트메 톰네도레 마두비 데메지 마바 마로자잖아 자 메메지 마비 롱지 놈이 제비 솔라도도 다니면도 주메 증올라 네발라 가베나 마조 주바서 베지 초라 이주바 종지 소위 제장 조둥가비 먼저 처음지 저 철레지 솔라도 다니 집으로서 바로서 바라 다니 집을 삼바 판나금 바다가 밥에 되줄라 이루는 시도 좀 손이 진짜다 손 존 드베 로도 던진 로닝 아비조 이베나 처음진 처음님던데 다음에 줄리 레비소 또도 다니니 제도 살람나살라 파파나 가비나 파 페퍼치리 수지 되라 이게 좀 동지 수비지다 조제 메좀냐면서도 산도 쯤밤에 솔라냐도 다니 텐지 세선나가 자도 센터 폴라지로 좀 제좀데 로조도 디지스 지샤데 세제 던제 차도 메송와도 냐면서 폭소 동하게 줄 레메다지 냐면서 산도지 세발라 쯤밤에 뱀냐면서 또도 다니 미발라 지짐녀데도 레베팅이 세수스나 가비 타마짐녀도 데서도 노세도 폴라 보바 지라 이게 좀 좋지 어떤 데비 건녀도 세지 좋아데 대화집이 데비 추지 가자도 세송바 다 많이 넘잖아 세지 제다 보뉴 셰남 이메지 셀라세바 말로남 탈론이 밤에시 님베데 도알리 메조빈 두시 님베도 소소 조빈 두시주 我这不家给把送这送啊给告诉用，设计先把就把这边门口啰嗦什么什么说马达把打工马达把用，我们就说马达那么多打工用我们就被建立中间的说打不他们没把这个用他们老这把这边几点被10点对吗？那么双臂接下这叫斜线准备就，这准备做双节头都没给不说了对，当你前的路那都那个路上别去了，一路去怎么都，一直加水装备这说了那准备这么继续下的双线，这么就人都不懂，双臂的头都没给那边的东那边出了对当，当你前的下边准备路那后期东那隔壁。让个路那让个别去去了，都一都把中间，等的估计去这下边来了，那身边各个妹妹怎么的，急了，这都代表代表下去，这脚下了，就是那记不住了，都到了，那那把什么系统，你就去等你妈去那么的吧，他那当军的了，我对面，我从真的，这吃完马去那么的。让把当军的人住对面，这送的，刚才我们给你估计多，拖动的这用，现在流动怎么的你一边呢？容易那个去了，说我们同济，得了经济基本自人说，你别让都说弄头上光被都被搞起说什么白没见的，那里边大呢，你就别知道，弄这都先别路。啥子学的里边说了对，当地先把这那个，上周做着完了，一入中心怎么的，就被接着，这些下地，的农学阶段，把贴进到现场个内容，贴着北京，他让个啥子，他们学的里的，如果被做了对动，都当的农学了，都大概是先被军舰那隔壁，你把那什么上周动，马你把它做出来说跑了一个这么中间。对我上就都是200年，全球里啥都上的没变，他们那东西弄的不中到一起把这弄了恰比因为就把弄，是不东啊是比怎么东啊，来着干没多，谁上多，他就伢比这家伢这怎么这么多，说到没事这边出了对，当年你怎么就这那个你的农业跑了一注中，谁怎么多的，把用说伢味道，这一下的你从这些同志都这么跟我了，没得去说到就没事，你看这台面都这么出来对了，当年你到把你这见到隔壁，真的隔壁，你这你把没的，一顿都这帮啊，有种钱，这个估计这边没劳动，这么马去拿传统。创作当家，当家偏把没到我，谁什么到那边能俺把几部这把了就把下我，老妹对比老妹都，当年研究过创作嘛意思，其他老妹来那几斤这找，当年查了出都那个，到老年都一注中些什么的，40多年干起比刺激，连你说就把这都弄完了怕。拍龙没把吹大多，对吧？这边龙岗没都点的，其他老不都在那继续下过。当年查了，当兵他就今年都住那隔壁，大老年都一直住，都住去，大概都吃就不着的。上次就出去的对你都得下，其他这些都全你100万元了，谁什么大肉？用老多都把下给下继续接。大给起这边做了对，给起这从7年，大你都一注中些什么的，老多都从都下的，继续下的，大给起就做了对，都给起这送去都7万了，今年一边呢，对大你呢，没大边都现在也把交了，一个都把中去，这个都怕管理，我的说了300些这把3级给起里面，结果等于没些吧，的。电脑当你写把个写送别了，现在你妈见到爸都知道就说就说初中啊，当你这个菜了，你给这说多对比龙岗没都一入去什么， 这里你们都是这龙门就都爬爬着行，其他的什么都是这所做动，我们呢，到这了，你给你们给些这所，他们有什么的都有的都特别老高们都一个主播装起，我那一个主播搞的准备敲工钱呢，真的确实一个主播准备就可以米这边这边去。我的装了钱把阿提路这些山了都，一路装些什么的那种你找个一个主办的，如果一没装的可以到没，你这我的对吧？对比农历就这没这边，我个地方这怎么从我写中文，先把这阿提就路跌破了，这就山了这把都写进去对了一个主办装起这个东，这样都写进装了，东方几弄起李先生我们配乐的那边的交通写什么就多呢？用的用个三大的，这个写中这都用到了。都被你讲的半天，这个呢，那这记住这了，有那都写什么种的，用的让个山了大呢，现在记得写中用的让的做一弄，当被你他们去去家上几多的对吧？可能一边，那这记住这那的一周装备，那都是那个你装些，当兵都吧呢。当不你们就来准备当的让个让了当把的，让了对你准备没啊？这你去了我找个娘的，不怕了，当不对你们就把那吧，怕了怕没子，骂了骂没子，你们的日子给了什么子，刚叫了当后边了没个，哪有多那时候了没子，车都我说车都谁的，你这要求都说出可能。我们这对面都没把了，主要这边当的，当的让个容易了，你都年当把的，让个落日边对你就别那个当的那个真的去了，让我娘的年了不把拉说，搞的你们这打工特别的些那种，农机下家这边你都那种，容易落点配备那边都上。去了以后就那拖拉家，作为当其他东西没知道吧？打工全部都不什么就不地这东，去的设计录音的下家，主要就弄去就落去到东，我让他演了落地配那是什么东西设备，上了电着吧，去用了以后吧就那的，妈吧他这边这边拖拉下说，把这打工电了没东没多。多比娘大了，妹妹叫估计要是就把什么送给装备可以写吧啦，把这大哥就你们这边容易新疆马路带了门对这边当这呢，到我们他起码这边娘大了，那大陆呢没装，估计出去家伙也家把东西让就都土地这些拖，但是我到这边人家你们那把那是往看就，就把什么这送给有人都装这边可以弄。马那把这把拉说，他们就去了各位那边当地觉得没就手机他了，就设计家里都解决到，那个娘子那干的钱，大哥就打工对了，这怕什么就接受他们，俺把这边他把这边就去弄到这边出了各位，当地钱都就单没等手机他了，种。家把这都这边这种都没搞吧，那把娘子老那的搞的钱哦，带到通到把都给当，这个这屋都俺这着急给我马上呢，这他妈给我，我同俺没把阿不这边吃，对，俺没把带到多嘛，对吧？考完了老多把都给我，大哥这边订车，他妈给我前面都拉到吧这边当的，这个在家那这边单边茶铺，都那边菜那俺这就着急。用个都马上你东岸了，一些就明白阿姨接完没等多被对不对？ 젠지 제거도 저바도 롱주 리비 제우좀 요는 주노 덤부 소바도 사부 대님니 디소 시좀 저바분 세 도모 도모 달라 갑종도 도자 제바지 나라 사바 리소 대더름도 담아노 좀 같이 좀바 좀이 지자대 도종 조메비 계속 중년도 최도 다자 고송 좋아 군님도 최도 소마도 주롱고 로나 미비 같이 좀 좀바 좀 여바데 지자인데 니들이 된지 파체 대단 도미소 단을 좀 초바메비 때문에 계속 지준 대 최도 다자 고송 나 주변 좋아 군지 최도 도마지 소마 동진료도 주바지 주롱고 시 쇼주지메 주노마 예라 용지 노는 노지 도방 흡인 제도 밥소 근데 비바 대다 주서 삼이 생각하자 최바 동지 밤에 니송범도 아까 좀 노세 연도 가비 순녀도 되게 요라가 봉시 시 제호 단주리 제 예범녀가 저때 저때도 잡아 대비가 최지 주비 조조 예바가 예가비 동주 수지 주비 뛰라 봐 수다공의 저비 메시지 세제 최지 롱주 세제 최도 롱주 롱주 마데 노인 니보레비 둘린데 조반 저지 진실로 니노데 토메드니 전지 좀에 전지 다 좀에 마게로 동아 진이 니바 동지 말다 다나 메바도 다 그게 봐 좋아 메마쇼 다지 세도 시비 계속 제도 되니 자리 담바를 뭐지 제종 콜로니 리존지 세디 바도 도 녀바 메반호 제 도다바도 게베 좀 이제 루데 데네 조지 나주 니 도미 노다 좋아 케이시 장도 니 인데 다와지 지시 베바 진 케바지 된데 노비 노비 송리 집에 좀비 예배 노비 소리도 집에 길이도 좋지 단지 빠져는데 세진 개미 전에서 수야고 마서 다지 잔데 아야 다디 단데 전에 가지 싶어진도 되네 다단 루분동의 주비 보면 세대용 그뭐 세대쇼 다 강건데네 도성 공원에 가동 그뭐 줘야 돼 송이서 대대관 연주냐 그뭐 연가를 뭐지 수주바 있는 아주아메 아다디 롱부스마 단디 무고지 개 요말 단다 가리 가지데 디스메트한테 롱 산주 레구 산주 말레나 단 내수면서 봐도 라디오 주시셔 나오지 차디고 시라샤 페토만
The oral or the reading transmission of this commentary was given to me by Loben Seten in Bhutan, and he received this from one of the campos from Kato, and I don't know about the predecessors of this oral reading transmission. That should be actually going all the way to Khenpo Shenga, who actually composed this text. When you actually read this text, there is no difficulty in understanding it. The most difficult part is actually living the teaching itself, making this teaching your own. That means mingling your mind with the meaning of what the teachings has to say. So that's the most difficult part.
아야 다 가진 소에도만 자도만 가진 좀 되게 잡지 다 될라 가정 거니 제마 dag 자지 dag 거지 투지데 사일라만 거모시지 송이님과 동주 이게 주 다니르사 제일 메두고 저 가진 되게 쉬지 봐지 다 되니 确立的将你人们就是解释些呢，他就是这么的，现在的一个主办，俺这些都现在的启动，那边搞这种活动，接着做的，我们有的，用着了，现在工地，他妈的根本这边。但就农业这个阶段，忙不起了，现在差距不大。下过来都，但是这到现在这种人有的，种对吧？对了，我们这边红色，他对了，初初3月的谁，加嘛加700嘛的700的价，啊，他第一单的哪里打工的，对了，咱们叫工人去的，他继续些呢，他当然偏就了，那就。现在国外里呢，大马屁，现在城里说的大马屁，上次出版说的大马屁，平时一种对了吧？他平常个钱一路可能嘛，这里上面都去。他用了，我才发现了说，本来给了我单位那用咖啡我省多，咖啡那用那就生意提吧，把这里嘛都这个，送个多这说了个这就要嘛。사자 된다고 차들. 내가 가지고 있는 것만 돈 가지가 배서 따고 줄 때던 jel이 어쩌려. 대선 연주와 동면 가시. 관다도 요로 관도도 동지. 뭐뭐지 시스는 카드 시주 카드고 차유. 시제대 저발에서 롱 줄을 만들었어. 롱 줄을 만들었다. 가서 내수인 넘봤다시는 지금 로송 샤니소세 그 산여로 그 뭐보라도 아마한테 매홍 알아봐서 나한테 세그려 옛날에 그 노도금 산은 대바도 동안도 그것도 자주 말와 어다 된 노지 차들이 당아 편지를 시시 뭐보지 시야 몇년 자고 나요 제 뭐보 여여다 다 간다 10세나 용서 타마리 시주래 사바지세도 고아 배도를 하스 동아 인가를 하스 용서 타마를 하스 시가를 용서 타마바 니베자 파바시와 제바게 요말 다르르 데데 제 만드 동 콜라고 동 나르도 동 데레다 메도 카드 동거를 르르다 10세나 넘비비지 소다도 시르다 아다 보통 상황에서도 탐제라 깨라자데 제데 시간을 타마바시와 나오지 로생지 시기 돈없이 아저한테 다 참아 다 봐자 아다 근데 인사도 단데 가지 패면서 시간 패면도 시 가산디 소 시세 고알륜 고아서야 돼 단실로 차니 이 고성선 단데도 마치아지 고아 가서 고아도 또 봐왔어요. 고도 노지, 고아도 또 봐 노에 몽골. 고아 되면 되는 게 시기 선택. 게 또 선택. 대체 노사 뭐 요사. 고아도 또 봐니 뭐 소소리. 근데 네 시제 고알륜이 다마피 있어야 돼 동거든. 시작 고지 체물 쓰인다. 지금들. 이제 손을 또 있는 간조 제바도 배서 때 종아들이 돼 손을 동거 차들. 내 엄마도 바지 뭐 따서니 세면 대둘러서 뭐 따서니 다 설어요 깨지세도 설어요 제자도 아다 제 살라 노자세그나치 정가 뭐 좀 주여로 롱 줄을 쓰서는 또 레마도 엔드 롱자 타마라서 단데 시합에도 패면도 단데 시 좋아네 가자 시제 고알륜이 다마히서 가지 패면 시간을 다 땡겨. 어다 때 패면도 없어. 응?
The verse number 22 has been repeated once again. So, in the verse number 22, it speaks about the fountain of compassion, my root teacher, Lord Chirizik, you are my only protector. The 6-syllable mantra, essence of your speech, is the sublime Dharma. From now on, I have no hope but you. Now, when you talk about Lord Cheresi or Avalokiteshvara, Avalokiteshvara has different manifestations, like 1,000-armed, 4-armed, and so forth. And in Songtsen Gampo's Mani Kabum, also there's a lot of mention about Avalokiteshvara. So mostly, the most common Avalokiteshvara image that we find is Avalokiteshvara with 4 hands. And in terms of his mantra, there are many mantras. I heard like there is also a very long mantra of Avalokiteshvara, but the most common and the most popular one is Om Mani Padme Hum. And sometimes the Shri syllable is also added, making it 7 syllable. So that's the Shri is actually the seed syllable, considered to be the seed syllable of Avalokiteshvara. So in meaning, it doesn't make any difference whether you say, recite the 6-syllable mantra or the 7-syllable mantra. Then moving on to the next verse, whatever I know, I have left it as theory. It is no use to me now. Whatever I have done, I have spent on this life. It's no use to me now. Whatever I have thought was all just delusion. It's no use to me now. Now the time has come to do what's truly useful, that is to recite the 6-syllable mantra. Now here, it speaks about understanding or knowing about the scriptures, having the knowledge of scriptures. Now, when you talk about the study of the scriptures, in the Gelug tradition, normally there are the four major sections of the teachings of Lord Buddha, and five scriptures, 5 different sets of scriptures, which actually condenses the whole of Buddha's teaching, especially of the sutra. In these 5 sections, in these 5 categories or 5 sciences, the Tantra is not included. Then in the Sakya tradition also almost the same, and whereas in Kagyu tradition, there is also, in the ancient times, there is the study of both the Sutra and Tantra. In any case, what the author is trying to say here is like, no matter how long you have studied these scriptures, whether it is Sutra, Tantra, and the commentaries, you really have a good understanding, and you are very skillful in speaking about the scriptures. In all, you are well versed in kind of like in your understanding, in your knowledge about different aspects of the scriptures. And when somebody asks you, you are actually kind of like you can respond very quickly and correctly. However, if you have not practiced those teachings, if those teachings are not actually actualized by you in your mind, then it is the same. It is same as a parrot reciting the mantra. A parrot can also recite different sets of mantra. It can say a prayer, but it doesn't have any feeling. It doesn't have any kind of conceptual thought about it. So in the same way, even though you may be very well versed in the understanding of the scriptures, but what happened is your mind has not been transformed. So that is where you actually need to work on. There is a lot of difference between merely having an intellectual understanding and the realization. The realization actually happens when there is transformation. And mere understanding does not actually transform you. You have the knowledge about what the scriptures has to say, but it has not transformed your mind. That means realization has not happened. So these two are two different things. These two are different, so one needs to know. There is actually one saying that when it comes to understanding, the understanding is left behind in the scriptures. So that means even though you study, and what happens is like the understanding is not in your head, and what happens is like the understanding is left behind in the text. And when it comes to instruction, you receive the instruction, but you have not actually, how to say, you have forgotten it, you don't remember it. So that means the instruction is in somebody's hand or in somebody's mouth. That means with the teacher, you have not actually kind of like remembered or remembered the instruction. So then finally what happens is like what the total outcome is that your mind has remained as ordinary as before. So that means whatever study you have done, whatever practice you have done, has not kind of, how to say, bore any result out of it. There's no result that has happened out of it. So therefore, now, what is actually the sign of having mingled or having mixed your mind with the Dharma is when you pass away from this world, when you die, then you actually exhibit those, the result of practicing the Dharma. Otherwise, there are many cases where like very knowledgeable person like who are considered to be a scholar and very well versed in all types of aspects of the teachings, when they die a very ordinary death, so that is something like very deplorable, something very sad. So therefore this is specific advice for those who those who spend years and years in study and not actually apply those instructions what one has studied upon one's mind. But there are also some cases where like even though they have not studied for a long time, but whatever little bit of teachings that they know, they practice it, and as a result of their genuine practice, even though in appearance they may be like not famous or not well known, but at the time of death they really exhibit the signs of realization, and that is something really commendable. So you just can't ignore and just neglect and just bully such practitioners, even though they may not be like famous and learned and well versed in the teachings, but they exhibit, the signs of realization at the time of death.
다 첸디 류마통비 제제 톰지 첸데노도 쇼비 다 십세 페토모로서 다 첸디 menzo다 나도 다든지 밀로디 여유 된라 대주제 tom지 롱 첸제데 롱 코비샤자 두데르 마도 냥엔데베 도와데 도토미제 뉴뉴르 봐 어다 텐데 인두사니 다 첸제 롱 첸제데 류 마토비 샤제 내가 톰치 첸디르 마송세 다 첸데 다 마시 봐도 손을 돈이 티 차지 줘대와데 대 마음바나 나나 시우 나 좀모차 어다 나데 미 카톤 소송자고 나지 누구제도 선티 손을 두아 티 체도 매저 뭐지 년제와 좋은 자세 요즘 것이 라소바던 단다 담년자로 좀 좋네 다 텐데 텐데 좋대고 봐 어다 때도 첸들을 마도 있어 첸디 대치 년자 lon도 마도 시제다 다 지금서는 배도가에 매이거 텐데 세제 첸디 쇼비 다마비스 손전 주바소비 다마비스 손로 동세 던졌다 롱 진지 로든 저비 건너 통지 다들 손로 동세 던졌다 다 때문에 자고시 되었지 다 심상 접시 손로 동이나 말아서 네 로아 지주의 제비 농주지 선진 그 손로 시대 롱시야 좀 농한테 동지 그런 주마 찾으리 가지다 건질라 바샤 잡이 돕지 대세니 맞아 신니 농한 너진지 대대니 조구리 대농지 대롱지 바부 공사 대류 류롱지 지바 대 톰지 장 바샤 있던 조수면 초농이 네 저내로 도요마 대농지 대는 동지 바샤 대롱지 바부 농지 소제도 소로라서 봐 이것도 조지와 톰지 좀 농하지네 ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮਲਮ ਨੀ ਖੁਬਜ਼ ਨੀ ਮਲਮ ਲੈ ਸੋ ਨੋਜੀ ਜੀ ਗੰਦੋਂ ਛੁਬ ਦੇ ਤਮਜੀ ਛੁਆ ਇਵੇਂ ਲੈ ਲੱਗ ਦਵਾ ਉਹ ਸਭ ਸੇ ਤਮਜੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਤਿੰਨੇ ਸੋਨਾ ਤੋਂ ਦੇ ਸੋ ਇਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਕਾਸੇ ਸੇ 게르 디부기 샤와 가제 좀에 있나요? 롱진지 로드 마공 순다. 페마조다. 실세다 100마리 있음. 매베. 네임바리. 제가 손질 주버스미 다마비. 다 팽이진 잡을 다 원이 마스. tembi. 파주 세리지. 손질 군두고 잡니 요도 줘봐. 딴데 가서 손질 건축 선은 저기 아주 장주 요도 줘봐. 대도 대송주 이게 주마된. 이게 좀 소저 손을 좀 들 봐봐.
Whatever I have done, I have spent on this life, it is no use to me now. Now, if we are attached to this life, the prosperities of this life, like position, wealth, power, and so forth, when we are attached to this, that means whatever action, whatever effort that we make is all, aimed for this life, aimed for the prosperities of this life, happiness for this life. And we have not aimed further than that. We have not thought about what we are going to do after death, the next life and the successive lives. So therefore, our our way of thinking is very much short-sighted. So therefore, because we are too much attached to this life, we always are, worried about what to eat, what to wear, and where to live, and all these kind of facilities that we want to enjoy in this life until we pass away. So we want to secure that. In order to secure that, then we work day and night, So our aim or our purpose is very limited, just until we pass away. So therefore, because of the attachment to this life, whatever we do is aimed only for this life and not further than that, not more than that. However, at the time of death, it won't help, because at the time of death, whatever prosperities that we might have, we have to leave aside, and then we have to pass on to the next life. So, and we are not ready for that. So therefore, whatever effort that we make for this life is of no use. And then, whatever I have thought was all just delusion. It is no use to me now. Now, delusion here, I think it refers to the self-grasping, the attitude of self-grasping. Because of this self-grasping, then whatever appears to us, whatever we see, are tainted by that kind of thought. And moreover, this self-grasping attitude is also a reflection of what habits that we have imprinted upon our store consciousness or the ground consciousness. So from the beginning last time, we have planted many seeds and imprints of actions, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral. We have left this impression upon the ground consciousness, and these imprints are now ripening, and these appear as external phenomena, the physical world where we live. And then it also ripens as our body, whatever body that we take in any level of existence. And then they also ripen in the form of the consciousness, the different levels of consciousness. So the subject, object, and all these are kind of like the result of our delusion, the result of the habitual tendencies. So therefore, because the cause itself is diluted, the result will also be diluted. So therefore, whatever we thought, whatever one has thought is all just a delusion. So the best example is like the appearance and the delusion that we experience during the time of sleep, when we dream. When we dream, we almost see that, you know, everything that appears to us in the dreams as something real, even though in reality it does not exist. So therefore we are living in a how to say, world of delusive appearances, and we are trying to kind of like accumulate more karma out of this. So therefore all of these, whether it's one's activities or the delusive appearance and delusive experiences, it won't help in the long run. So therefore now what will happen, what will actually help us is to meditate and to rely on Avalokiteshvara and recite his mantra, the 6-syllable mantra. And why Avalokiteshvara can protect us is because Avalokiteshvara is the embodiment of the 3 jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha. So that this will be explained in the next verse.
아디큐바 집에 주스와노지 시바노바 잔주체 티제 테메 산제체 소와노지 잔도즈 산제당 데데 디바종에 탑 도자 건데 셈비 디바종에 소 데니 류진 따비 지마동자다 데레지 라미나종 흥을다 데레지 용도 상송 데나 통한 잔주세야 돼 건조선 나 연대 시빙원이 매듭이 잡는 저보다 잔주오치 자 잔주 생이 잔주 이와 잡순 로술 여자 니절라서 이와 뭐뭐요 대통제 다시 이제 지나다 두선 동문도 다 존데 만데 전담 전한디 전 라레 답잖아 다 가르쳐야 된디 long term jig jima sendwan konjuzo chanjuwa dan konjuzo chanjuwa de noma sonje ba tomje le yore ni chanju mena noma sonje che chugo ma la gomba dong ha da wala so salon dong tomo la so gon de shiro modi pa yosare tengi je gomba yuge sibitseme pa dong den jidi be sonjo tene 렌종이 땡에서 somji 제소에 뭐뭐여와 대탐지 너무 somji 개말 이제 somju islam 근데 건다 용답이론 로메로 잡았대 너무 somji 이제 돼 호만잡 잡고던 거미 민 잡았대 시민 잡았대 장조 차들이 되네 sonji 공부 들어와시발라 매드 시민 잡았대 산체 차들 근데 chandu sanje nipu de ko phomni te cheba do de hang nyongle cheba chezo nyongle cheba ina yom chandu sanje ko phoguru ma do chandu sanje mande sumna te nova sombe lon le jukari kapcharari tada le ma da la goma do nga da wa chalu de gonze nova mai bashi hindu so mo do wa ada tende de kande tanganzo COVID sanji sondan COVID sanji zade nejo kande nesna chadran game daso sanji nom chadran game COVID sanji nom senan ri ngazo chamme ba game ba ponye me ba takdo jido ji nyomchun ji ga nejo deiro ma do ji ngazo ji ite che ba do logo ji ga ngazo kaya mar COVID 동안데 대nga che tome tada pado ngeso dunga lenro sonji me nyosem ngazo chader rede tarika zo ngaji sono to jinga to milyu de to baida 我的第三别说嘛是呢，就是今晚了专注说那句，没做的呢，东岸去这，说的是应该被我把这尼玛路送一万。我的没绿的个做到，他的尼玛等看送到多少，这别觉当呢，他的别说就搞完就三年，他的等着呢没说话的，那些年过，但是上节去的跟的，他们对吧？那叫什么呢？叫有对，但那干的。没有电机交接，根据什么？根据我写的，前些落在这里没准备，那些落到去了有当，但的针对同样的问题写段，前些落在这里没准备写的是哪个这么写的？前些写的根据我的现在的，上节去的根据什么的现在的我的写过的。这七八了，从那带动我们来老开要嘛。俺这路可是多不离得了。现在这那一段我拉单，现在这今年做啥？要怕是知道了，看咱的就是这么拉手的，怕是在200米拉手的，然后在其实那可是多不多，然后看这我们做我们做啥子？哎，看啥？然后这现在就讲的这用几拉说用的没有的呢，这了偷的不是讲的多，但是老古时候咱们根据我写吧，这是哪个写不的？但是根据我的上节去的根据剩下根据我，就那么弄了，但那个根据上就把他都。根据什么的上级根据可能1万，初中等他都得，确认你的800多，电解就满意了，现在去我的老的年当，错才都根据个就是，这什么呢？他都讲你满意，他当时上级，他把确实过去是初中等他都是什么的，上级，各种当你的讲究他都1万，我在当时干的现在就是的，根据我写吧写的，写了干什么一般的。这样，让你了，往个决心，明天他们早一那么的，他现在他们成绩他们那么的，是的。但是他往个没有的，有的他的成绩他们的，他们现在写不上去，但是那么没有的，那么没有看东啥东，台北现在你们说的，把这些看东那么的忙着写挺多，好，他这东西他写不写就来讲。成绩的那么的，搞这兄弟来那么，但是你也是完了，他让你那你当不去了，怕穿不进去，知道吧的，让再那么差点，真的，赶紧去下个的。但你我现在就我觉得，那么现在是我再那么一般的，那么现在是那么的，但逻辑怎么讲的，搞你们的，那么的逻辑怎么那么一般，我的让再那么一般的写过的。但是那么绕去玩一难着，那么那么一难着，刚才多把兄弟那么等你，现在的我也没得多，这算了当过，这是他搞清楚的。啊，他电的干的，电嘛讲的根据什么？根据我写的写的，根据算的我写的写的，啊，他现在的几周没成了，上去就根据什么，老早咱们给我写，说写没给我写，通奸根据。这结束就嘛东，古日么阶段，上上多阶段，中半用段，这200米段，那是吧？当然这一种那，刚都讲你们对他们阶段，现在的我基本上算了段的，他说完呢，但是根据挪威路是那个年老写的，啊，他等这个跟的根据我写的这，但是他搞这个是的，加入同样的，七夕落在这里面就为谁段。根据我切吧，切基本吧，写下的，但切呢贴不多吧，贴了切贴不多，在落单没就完事，上了单不就够了。俺这落的是单不要嘛，刚进来印度考查出来的，要进这是呢，略到悄悄的，那么当不是接单的，那么我讲这现在也是，我马上通说那都单不没，原来单呢，要单帮的进出去呢，这么叫的没不有着。好的，等这几个单呢，这样就讲到切线这都单的没准备单写为切线，对这些是吧？现在是基本把写不脱呢， 민주가 세 책도 다 때로면 제세 마시 받도 말 제세 전주 님을 받도 로 민주를 주었으나 다 때문에 다 때문에 잡아라 담보 선지 건주 저거도 견디고 연대 차송 론 차고 세지 연대 차송 론 차고 된대 전이 주대 시고 로마도 대가 제 세계도 손을 잡지 딱 가지고 라고한테만 그 샤산 참아요 건다 뭐뭐요 다 된대 손을 동안다 다 느끼고 봐 사배 예대 장소다 다지만도 뱀비 단지 말와 뱀의 군지 전부 군주 좀 못해야 돼 카비 원모진다 다 매자고 소말现在 가자 축군도 좀 카유바도 메유바도 원모유바도 손은 그 말이 좀 대노지 간니 세리지 때요 세리지 차지여대 카유대 메유 원모여대 된데 손은 또 짠지기고 봐 이시 단이지 두잔도 말라 고나 건데 대한 노소지 대도 지원 노소와 지원 조통이지 아다 건두고 된데 손을 동거죠 아 대도 다 로사圈이 된데 좀데 대도 잔니 옌을 메베 도사 치고니 다 대송 이게 좀 종이나 다 많이 잡아 좀 고치고서 롱아 그바 좀 그바 요사리 대제 마리베 좀 아치바 좀내 도상 디바 좀 아치바 예 감고 막 짠로 코로 때니 디제 마리베 좀 아치바 디바 자자 또 요야 되버 아야
Verse number 24. The only never failing constant refuge is the three jewels. The three jewels' single essence is generosity, Avalokiteshvara. With total unshakable trust in his wisdom, convinced and decisive, recite the six-syllable mantra. This actually talks about one important thing, and that is taking refuge. Taking refuge is, as pointed out by Atisha, that the difference between Buddhists and non-Buddhists is taking refuge. Buddhists take refuge in the three jewels, whereas non-Buddhists do not. And the difference between Theravada teachings and the Mahayana teaching is the bodhicitta. And now, in terms of taking refuge, one should know like what actually entails taking refuge, and why we take refuge. We take refuge, sentient beings take refuge in the three jewels because they are without protection, they are without a guide, because they are wandering in samsara. We might think that, okay, we are very powerful, we are kind of wealthy, we have power and so forth. But if we think from the perspective of how we live in samsara and how we are tormented by the sufferings of the incessant suffering of samsara, then we will really see how protectionless we are. And therefore we need a guidance, we need a protector who can actually guide us, who can lead us from the samsaric suffering. And for that we have the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, the three jewels. And now here we have to understand the three jewels, the condensed essence of three jewels in Avalokiteshvara. Avalokiteshvara being the Buddha, Dharma and the Sangha, especially Avalokiteshvara as the Buddha. Now, taking refuge and bodhicitta are, but taking refuge is like the foundation stone of a house. Now suppose if we want to build a house, we need a foundation. Without a foundation you can't build a house. So in the same way, without the foundation of taking refuge, you can't progress further on the path, the Buddhist path, because that's the entrance, that is the entrance of the Buddhist path. And bodhisattva or the bodhicitta is like the structure of the house. And without the foundation and without the structure, if you try to build something on that, then you can't build the house. You can't go anywhere. So therefore, without taking refuge, without the foundation of taking refuge and the structure of bodhicitta, then if you try to practice Vajrayana path, like whether it is reciting mantra or visualizing a deity or practicing Vajrasattva, whatever, any kind of Vajrasattva practice, if you try to do without, having the foundation and the structure of refuge and bodhicitta, then it is of no use. Because meditating upon a deity and reciting the mantra and meditating upon like winds and channels, yogic practices, all these can be found in non-Buddhist schools also. So this is nothing special. This is nothing special. This is nothing distinct from the Buddhist point of view. So therefore, the path of taking refuge and the path of bodhicitta is very important here. Now here, when you talk about Avalokiteshvara or Chandasik as the single essence of three jewel, it is not that easy thing to understand like how Avalokiteshvara is in the single essence of the three jewel. Because first of all, you need to know what are the qualities of the three jewels. What is the Buddha? What is the Dharma? And what is the Sangha? And especially, what actually is the Buddha? What entails the Buddha? And we have different levels of understanding the Buddha. And when you think about a Buddha, Buddha is not just like that we see like a statue. When you see a statue, the statue has eyes, face and hands and limbs and so forth, and in a certain posture. And we see only the physical aspect. And this physical aspect is not the Buddha. In essence, Buddha is the wisdom mind, which is all-encompassing, which is like all-knowing, and which has all the qualities of wisdom and compassion. So, in one of the texts called Uttara Tantra, it is mentioned that when we talk about the three jewels, out of the three jewels, the Buddha is the ultimate refuge, and the Dharma and the Sangha, the temporary refuge. So even like from the ultimate point of view, the Buddha, if you really understand the Buddha or the Dharmakaya, the ultimate wisdom, then you will come to know that the other two jewels like Dharma and the Sangha actually are temporary refuge. So this is what is mentioned in the Uttara Tantra. And now we should also understand that sometimes we have very, very gross understanding, very, naive understanding of the Buddha. And also within the Buddhas, like suppose you meditate upon Avalokiteshvara and then recite this mantra, then all of a sudden you think that, okay, when I meditate upon Avalokiteshvara, or Tara is left out, or Guru Padmasambhava is left out, Amitabha is left out, you feel so kind of uncomfortable because we see them as separate entities. So this is a very gross understanding, or this wrong understanding of what the Buddhas are. Because all Buddhas are same in terms of wisdom mind, all Buddhas are same. So therefore you should know that in Avalokiteshvara, all the essence of the Buddhas, all the wisdom mind of the Buddhas are included in Avalokiteshvara. So when you meditate on Avalokiteshvara, you meditate on all the other Buddhas, whether male or female. So if you understand in that way, then you have a true or genuine understanding of what the Buddha is. So therefore, with this understanding, then you take refuge in Avalokiteshvara with total unshakable trust in his wisdom, convinced and decisive, and then recite the 6-syllable mantra. Now, when you meditate on Avalokiteshvara, again you have to think one aspect, that is that you have to meditate upon Avalokiteshvara as inseparable from your root teacher, from the Guru, from the Master, from whom you have received the Avalokiteshvara empowerment, from whom you receive the teachings, the esoteric teachings. Now, when you talk about the Guru, again, these days, there are so many Gurus who give empowerment. And it is a very big question, like which Guru is actually genuine and which is not. So therefore, for that, it's like a big question mark. You have to really try to understand, try to examine, try to investigate which kind of like guru is genuine or which is not. Because these days what is happening is there's a lot of cases like that happens that the students actually revolt against the guru because of not understanding, students not understanding the guru or the guru not being genuine, whatever it may be, right? So therefore, like when you talk about the guru being inseparable of the deity, the genuine teacher should be understood as the real Buddha, the Buddha in person. So when you meditate upon your Avalokiteshvara being inseparable from your guru, in essence, even though you meditate upon Avalokiteshvara, in essence, you understand that the Avalokiteshvara being your teacher, being the guru from whom you have received the teaching. So same can be applied to Vajrasattva. If you do Vajrasattva practice, you have to understand the Vajrasattva to be inseparable with your guru. So with this understanding, then you should have a deep trust and confidence in this kind of realization that then with that you should recite the 6-syllable mantra.
Teaching Lam Sawa, Tiba Chimbo, Dona Kaina, the Lam Sawa, Shonju San, Shonju San Chiba, the Nibad Good. That's a cheap source on a toina. The Naju and Noj, Congia was on a toina. Just Semijin, Lord John, the Shonju San Chiba, Mandu, wrong with the San Chiba. Shadow Tang as a sausage or not him. Just Shonzu San Chi Chogu, San Chi Yomar. Solom Jolon to my mother, my son, that tells you Jigusar. Jolon, Tonum, Nikada, Tando Sanji Jola Chase. That is Sanjay, Sanjay, Tang, Commander, Tanjunga Jikarjana, Sanjay by the gender, Jonah of Shon does. Turn you, Sunny the Damas. Niji Sanjay me ba do shirab zozon me ba chi so ni de ba shagur ta there's that cheba mo yo ta cheba mo to ke yo mar ten za ta de niji Sanjay me ba de niji chebe Sanjay to je da wo jan zemi ta niji Sanjay me ba shirab zozon me ba te tam ta do de sonji sa lo ko ba chi me ta na je sonji me ba ta ti sunni de ba chi Sanjay se that they come there, teaching long size saying one. They won't you want to Padre need to sing the young deal sing. You're not sonji to the teacher, men sonji to the Tabjava, sonji to the Sabai Manovas. No, that Shonju Sanjo Song Yuan. That the Shonju Sans. The Shonju San, the Java Kunji Joji Lam saying one. Devi Sonje Tonje Shonju San Sonji Vari. Tadi Kabandi Sonje Tonje Yom, Shonju San Sonji Good. Mamba Son Judge the Sonje Tonje Jam. Shonju San Del Tango, Lam Del Mateba, Sonja Mabdi, Dravachi Lams, Long Chigma Yomar, Java Kunji Drug with the Lam Drugu, this one, Drugi Lams. At that end is a Georgie Gombata to Sevina. The Jundri Mangadu Tani, Shonjo the Sancheba, Sheton Jigger. March Sanjay Tony Marshiba, Trentrema, Trenzova, Young Somba, Plazon Nanda, Niji Chebos, Nijibukon Ron Drogur. Then Nanjibi Shizotala, Thomas Sanjay, Sonja Cheva Chevala, they drew, Semijor Lonzum, Semijoka, Somba Semi, Niji Cheva, Gats, Meton, Temisera. They Sheba Tombon. Shamba Niji Gawa Tonum said Tonum the Jiva Charger. They say sorry. Nyanzo Lembala, 명하다도 시에도 예바도 동보 동념데 곳은 그리스 동념세한테 가져왔으면 자도 니니 손을 동네 대니는 예림에 봐지 자동 손나 대도 자동 대리 요소나 전주사 제 도구요 말 어다 자도 니니 치반 매 봐지 자니 대자스나데 동점세인도아 디 동념도 그것도 송할 때니 근데 숑바치 뭐 근데 이제 가와치 뭐 동점 아마 동점치 숑 가자 네 간다 주 세메지보다 얼마전도 숑바 니제 가와 동점세그만 현재도 숑바금 대니 니제금 대니 가와금 대니 동점에도 동보 동점도 뭐 동니 대니 숑바금 숑바금나 공수 현재도 숑바세한테 쇼리 매바지 마르빈 좋아도 차도선 대니제 마르빈 좋아 잡대 니 제번 열이 주세요. 건조 선수 산 로그 제고 있어. 다 산테 산제의 이어체는 건조 선수서 단어 산제 니치. 건조 선수 산데 소리 제고 줄어 소조드니 로그 제초. 제 다단이 제초. 나도 다제 런주 에이스나 다 런주 예도 많이 있으나 다 소롱이한테 줄 제면 따지지. 소롱이한테 줄 제면은 런주 말이 손으로 총전 제모 손에 준비 చేస్తాం 요런을 저쯤 저바 준비 예요로 대르마지도 이 랑위한테 줄지 그 대체 다야리 아다 때도 저마지도 롱지도 손주도 산제 초고 산제 요말 산제니 요는 고마시바 때니르마 산제고 다다 건조 창조 산도 멤버지부 단위 산데 소소지가 줄라 요래 단돈 세제도 사동보 이신을 주고 내가 또 봐 있어 아다 세주 티한테 잡아군 주르비 롱지 티 롱조 쇼주 산데 만다치 롤 니징고니스 다 니지 점도 간데 데 산제 그 주차들 데 주데 니징고니 니데도 만제비 쇼주 산 메세 조르 아다 때 잡아군 주지 동안데 대바지면 넘바 손제비 동안 대바지면 동안 니가 다 매드메르비 이제 차들 저 같이 뭐 근데 장소 선제니 모든 그런 줄 요나 넘바 손제비 대바지면 다 장주 선이 받이요 넘바 손제비 다 주지에 되어 선제 선이 받이 로제소나 요나 다 대바지면 다 이제 좀 대때니 때 년롬 좀 참여성을 다 생도한 오마점도 찾아점도 조과점도 디타들 맞은 주로야 내수의 차지가 있어.
Verse number 25. The basis of the Mahayana path is the thought of enlightenment. This sublime thought is the one path trodden by all the Buddhas. Never leaving this noble path of the thought of enlightenment, with compassion for all beings, recite the 6-syllable mantra. Now, after taking refuge, the refuge being the foundation of the Buddhist path, now comes the bodhicitta, and the bodhicitta comes to picture. And bodhicitta is again the entrance to Mahayana path. So, what is bodhicitta? When you talk about bodhicitta, first of all, instead of just kind of trying to understand bodhicitta, there are several versions or ways or methods how to generate bodhicitta. Like what causes, or what is the specific practice to kind of generate bodhicitta. So according to Adisha's tradition, there is this Gyunje Mengal, that is the instruction of generating bodhicitta through 7 steps. So the first one is like, first one needs to know all sentient beings as one's mother. And then the next step is to understand or reflect on the kindness of sentient beings, kindness of the mother sentient beings. Then the third one is to give rise to the thought of repaying the kindness. Then the fourth one is to generate what you call Iwongi Chamba, that is the loving kindness. The loving kindness. And then which leads to compassion. And compassion, after compassion, the laksam, that is the superior intention. The superior intention is the courage or the resolve that I will single-handedly, lead all sentient beings, help all sentient beings out of the samsara. So with that kind of resolve, what happens is bodhicitta arises. So that is 7 steps of instruction according to Adishya tradition. Now, according to the Nyingma tradition, as Longshenpa has mentioned that through the practice of 4 immeasurables, the 4 immeasurables being loving kindness, compassion, joy, and then equanimity. When we practice the four immeasurables, that give rise to bodhicitta. Now, when you explain the 4 immeasurable, you start with loving kindness, compassion, joy, and then equanimity. But when you actually practice, you start with equanimity. And the reason why this is so is because if you right away practice loving kindness, you will have some kind of bias attitude towards your friends, towards your parents, towards your relatives, to whom you love. And then there will be a bias, you will not consider the enemies and so forth. So in order to avoid that, avoid the bias attitude, you start with first practicing the equanimity. Equanimity is to see all beings as same, whether they are your friends or foe or neutral. When you have that attitude of equanimity, thinking of all sentient beings as equal to you, then based on that understanding and based on that knowledge and based on that practice, you can build up the loving kindness and compassion and the joy. And then as a result of that, bodhicitta arises. Now what actually is bodhicitta? So Abhisamaya Alankara by Maitreya says that bodhicitta is the aspiration to achieve supreme enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. So this has 2 kind of aspects. The first aspect is the compassion aspect, and the second aspect is the wisdom aspect. The compassion aspect focuses on sentient beings, to benefit sentient beings, all sentient beings, without exception. And then the wisdom aspect focuses on enlightenment. So therefore, when you have these 2 qualities of compassion and wisdom, and what happens is like you aspire to achieve supreme enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. And that actually makes the totality of bodhicitta. So bodhicitta, as Padu Rinpoche has mentioned, that if you have bodhicitta, you have everything you need for achieving enlightenment, attaining enlightenment. If you don't have bodhicitta and you have so many other things, then you won't be able to achieve supreme enlightenment because you don't have bodhicitta. So therefore, bodhicitta is the only kind of cause of supreme enlightenment. So therefore, it's very important. And then here, just as it is said that this sublime thought of the mind is the one path trodden by all the Buddhas. All the past Buddhas have achieved enlightenment through bodhicitta. And all the present Buddhas have achieved the same, through bodhicitta. And they will do so in the future also. So therefore, this is the path, the main path, which is the one and only path, which is trodden by all the Buddhas. Now, bodhicitta has different levels. You have to understand the relative bodhicitta and ultimate bodhicitta. The relative bodhicitta being generated when you are on the path, Mahayana path of accumulation, path of joining, And then the ultimate bodhicitta arises when you're on the path of seeing, and path of meditation, and path of non-learning. So initially, like bodhicitta, or the genuine bodhicitta, actually arises when you are on the path of what you call path of accumulation. When the path of accumulation starts when effortless bodhicitta arises in you, then at that time the path of accumulation starts. So as you know that in the path of accumulation have three levels, and path of joining also path of joining has 4 levels. So when a bodhisattva practices the path, you know, each path or each level actually is a step towards initially from the relative bodhicitta to achieving what you call the ultimate bodhicitta during the path of seeing. So if you have this understanding, then at least kind of you have something to start with. What is bodhicitta and what causes bodhicitta to arise?
Dandi Sanjala Kovan Kobi Jin, Lengi Digitonji, Shagubi, Dada Saindua. Tangazo Tadikas and Kovan Chamjek, Jewish order, Jumelobo the Major, Jewish Judikas, Sarah Tome Sabi, Didon, Neviso, the Nazon Kwache, Jew. Tadan told me, Lieutenant. Saji gave the ego. Naso Jote, Migavili, the judge Tomusonji, Conelom later, Nason, Nison John Rowe. Saji gave the penny. Migacho Trillas or Tenny, I don't told me to fly with the Togusai. Then that didn't call Tagachi knowing what Donhag Ronji, Donhag Johnson into Sunny. That day, Coat Dongan, you take duty Mevasiala, Dipa the Ton Shago, Teja Chevala, Tomen Coat on the Tapenji, Gigi Dixoni, Seban Chom, Seban Coat Jiva. They don't need Toji, Jasam cheese, Toji Chong on the Rudon. And they, I don't call this Kadisha that said Tomame Badi. Coat Jason, Mazon, Coat Savachia, the Gemarwa. Said Tomeni. Saji gave it and told you the top. Young tell it and Migavile and Asa, Tim Migavile Nomijin, Naso as John, Donga, no. They nominated Sean Sadu. Young gave it, Saji gave it and told me top. Young Migavile sa, the judge Demoton lays on the young as soon. They said Tometa about what a judging. Madame Mamba in Nayon, as on Dimi Devina, Telemoaji, Chevale good, thank you. Other than that, Sekova Tomeni, Coanchon, she did that, 30 pension. Then that's some said, Tomje, or Rondo and Bashiton. That changing one, Chabi Wonga, Ron changes of him. They couldn't know me. Lunga lay Tomje Gigi dig the songs, Digwa Chans, Digby lazy with the Simcoa, Serang and so Donga. Then you are Shigur. Then the Sunny Sibachums and Coachum and the Jiba. That any culture with that Digba the Thomas Tomata Shiso David Domadangava, no Shons and Labadangava, Swan and Dingava. Then the Chandru Lazangawa, Geni Lazangawa. That make it your Pombi, Dosho. Give a children Gavili, Tomji, Migavili, Diwali. That day Tomjela, Ponsan Sona Tongo, tell John Tagu, Tade Pado, 소지어 던제 디바 디도 마신 돌로서도만 디바 유 셰고만 니발 유 셰고만 어다 텐리징 아주 니고 주대사도 디바를 쩌는데 니바이 막 하고니 시비고니다 디바 샤안데 손아서 대샤비 탑텔라 난 건제된 좀지 좋은 건 유로서 dob지에서 가자 땡지 dob지 지지 넘버 순지버 dob지 니지 님버 건도 좀 dob지 솜지 사 dom이 dob지 제에서 때 다데노 땡지 dob지 간데 라마 세레지 론도 샤지방 제 샤도스요 kom 미바시나 롱게 짜이라만 뭐 짠데고 시바 노지 손지고는 거 시바된 눈노가 변한데고 롱게 시외도 권한데고 아다 때라 손지고는 거 시비코니 자유 제레지 시바들은 땡도 없이
The next is confession. Reciting the 6-syllable mantra and then confessing, using that the recitation as a part of confessing all your sins and negativities. So verse number 26 says, wandering in samsara from beginningless time until now, whatever you have done was wrong and will lead to further wandering. From your heart, acknowledge all wrongdoing and downfalls, and confessing them with the 4 powers complete, recite the 6-syllable mantra. So, if you look back to how actually we came in, what was our journey like in samsara until now, is that because of delusion, because of ignorance, and negative emotions arose in us. And because of negative emotions, what happens is like we accumulate actions, negative actions, and the result of those negative actions is suffering in the 3 lower realms of existence, that is hell realm, and then hungry ghost realm, and then the animal realm. And then sometimes what happens is like we also accumulate what you call virtue, the virtue that is stainless, virtue with stains. Now virtue with stains has a specific meaning because this kind of virtue will lead to samsaric pleasure, like being born as a human, experiencing all the prosperities of humans, and like God realm and demigod realm. So sometimes, like because of this merit, we are born in the higher level of existence in samsara, and then when those karma or the positive actions have ripened and then they are exhausted, now as a result of our past like negative karma, again we fall down into the lower realms of existence. So like that, from the beginningless time till now, incessantly we have circulated, like we are born in different, from one level of existence to the another level of existence through various karmas that we have, accumulated, that we have committed. So therefore, if we think carefully, because of our self-grasping and self-cherishing attitude, whatever we do becomes kind of like, negative. Because whatever we have done was wrong, and that actually leads to further wandering in samsara. So now if you really want to come out of it, we need to confess those negativities, purify those negativities through confession, so that we don't really need to suffer in samsara, generally in samsara, and specifically in the 3 lower realms of existence. So the reason why we actually have failed to purify the negativity so far is because we have not understood, or we have not realized negativities as negativities, because we don't really see any negativity in our negativities. So that is where we are going wrong. So therefore, like, we really need to know what is actually the characteristic or definition of negativity and sin and negative deeds and karma, negative action. So when we actually know that, then we will kind of like know this is the cause of suffering and we need to purify it, cleanse it, so that we don't really need to suffer. Now when you do the confession, two types of sin or two types of negativities are there. And first one is natural negative actions. Natural negative actions are those like the 10 non-virtuous actions, like killing, stealing, and so forth. And then the prescribed negativities are there. The prescribed negativities means, like for example, suppose a person actually receives the Shamanera vow, and then a Bhikshu vow, or the female counterpart like Shamanerika, and then a Bhikshuni vow. Then if you receive the vow and do not follow the precepts, you actually what you call accumulate negativities. And these negativities are prescribed by the Lord Buddha, the rules that are being, monastic rules that are being laid down by the Buddha. So both these kind of like lead you to suffering, lead you to pain, and lead you to confusion. So therefore, one should kind of like, with a wish to purify and confess these, you should use what you call the 4 powers in order to confess it. The 4 powers are the power of support, the power of remorse or regret, and then the power of antidote, applying antidote, and then the power of resolve. So with the 4 powers, using the 4 powers, then one should recite the 6-syllable mantra. And while doing so, you can meditate upon Avalokiteshvara in the space in front or above your crown, and then with unshakable faith and confidence in him to be your inseparable with your guru, and then having the power to purify all the obscurations that you have committed, and then you recite the 6-syllable mantra.
Bena kazi zombo sabido nyondo dogdunde swa koba soina da ge kazi de mazuna ga so zan joba chemo shiro pe de nomji nga tanga penjo sabi diba do niba diba te tonjela adan joba chabu goni josa chabu sunjibe to ngoma de josa demba de ron jibutan jo jibu mai ba Rang Tiba Chimbo Konza Sonza Sanji Tomji Diba Maliba Tomji Nyon Shawu something, Timiba Tegu Shaji Yuta Ten to Sherezi, Lason Koto Chiba, Shui Togum, doing no one also gone. Tin Nano That Nin Juba Trabu Diba Tomji Shiguna, this also mainly duty. Lone de, Dan de, Tun de, even the top starving. Then Toji. Sanj Mejaba Nan Medos, Son Mejaba Mebedo, Lenje Jones, Juji Dambaji La Sayo, Shinjeta Shig Mason, Tomji Guni, Daman Baby Home, Shabaja, that day. Nemo Casa Sunjimetovich. That Nebo Condijotola, that she is Soji the Mini, then a chance of our own, Korajava, there you get to one dama. That didn't do it, then the Dosan Gonditon, the Dusibation Sergio. Gandhi, say the Tugan, Dai Jingo Tendo. Tuzu She, the entire Dunjan, Man, Bemels, Kora Yanko to Code Devon. That shows in Code Devon sort up. The Eli Uzeji, Sherry Gundon, they took a Zeli. They're wrong, don't, so be Sanjiton Jigam. Diba Niba Malibata Tomji, Nimi Mombasa Sabata, Sami Tonso Soba. Yona Duci Chivito to go on, Duci Beton Cheni. Mount Bemen Demaltene, Duci Son, the wrong Chivit Someone of Shuni, Ronji Sanjitonji. They live not on Jacon. Diba de Dibatonji, Togo to Sogun Nova Cheni, Wogo Nila Soba, the content is about the Martin, Sakable. 손이 시다 레지 로마 비조 노바 이거 디카노 손이 레자 보러 총 창거 동지 형 통지 시리즈 고주비 까바 댄스마도 메바셔야 돼 도제 도산 건데도 도제 매조는 들어가지 되게 손하고 바지 저기 이제 손손지 내 사가도 메두대.
So meditating upon Avalokiteshvara, upon your crown, or in the space in front. This is what you call the power of support, because you are relying on Avalokiteshvara as a support for this particular practice. So that is power of support. Now comes the second one, which is most important, which is the power of remorse or power of regret. So Changme Rinpoche, Karma Changme Rinpoche, he said that just as when you eat food, so like unknowingly, then what happens is like together with the food is a poison and you unknowingly consume it. Then afterward you come to know that you have consumed poison. So what kind of regret that you will have at that time? You will regret very deeply, right? It's not just a mere regret, very deeply, because it can cost you your life, because consuming poison can be dangerous. So in the same way, whatever negative actions that you have committed in the past, just as you have consumed poison and you regret, in the same way, regret over those negative actions that you have committed. So when you do that from the heart, then confession takes place. And then it's very important to have the Mahayana attitude that you're not confessing just your own negative karma. You're also confessing all the negative karma of all sentient beings. So that becomes very powerful. And then you should also make sure that, whenever you make confession, whenever you do confession, you actually speak out whatever particular misdeeds that you have done so far that you actually know of, remember of, that on this particular day you did something, this particular misdeed, and you regret over it. So when you do that, then the confession actually becomes kind of real. So that is the power of remorse, which is very important. And the third one is the power of antidote. Now applying antidote involves engaging in virtuous actions, like when you do this particular practice, you can do prostration, which is also a virtue to do, and then you can do kind of like circumambulation or going round any specific kind of like stupa and so forth, and then recitation of Mani Mantra. And then you can also do, just as when you practice Vajrasattva, you do like shower of blessing, descending of blessing, the nectar that oozes from Vajrasattva's body and cleansing your the whole body of all the impurities, and then it washes away all the sins, all the obscuration, diseases, demons and everything, and then it enters, it comes out from your body and enters into the earth, in the depth of the earth, and then it is satisfies all those with whom you have karmic debt. And the thing that each and every sentient being becomes like Avalokiteshvara in person. So just as you do Vajrasattva, you can just replicate that with Avalokiteshvara. And while doing while meditating upon his heart, then what you need to do is you have to visualize the Shri syllable instead of Hum syllable. Shri syllable is surrounded by Om Mani Padme Hum. And then when the mantra actually circulates in the clockwise direction, then nectar oozes and then fills Avalokiteshvara's body, and which enters your being, washes away all the sin, obscuration, and then it purifies you. That is also something you can do, even though it is not mentioned in the text. The other thing that you can do is also like, how to say, emanation of light, radiation of light. Now when you visualize Avalokiteshvara in the space in front or above your crown, light radiates from the heart of Avalokiteshvara and it actually cleanses, just like sun rays dispel the darkness. The rays of light from Avalokiteshvara actually cleanses and purifies all your negativities, and then you are being purified. So that is what you call the power of applying antidote.
Wrong solo to the solo at the dibly midget said, Tom's damage good. Other tell us that Domito said, that teach about them, thanks Topchi, Sunjiva Topchi, Nimokon Topchi, Flat Domitops, teach about the Tojiva Sona, Dibis for Razo Yanayon, there was his own row son. Sinna Dibala, they made your shaving of a Dibil Yandi is on. Diba Koron so sa you the past join you, then the Chuni, Chuni, that's John Jew. Then worship on that also. You did this one, my serotonin to massage of Diva John there. Mazo tape. Kachi Chedon, Kazo Cheju to the Itala Direndua. Mazo Dunga Menduri, Nazo Dunga Dom, Jita Menduri. Then Dogmena, they Jude Mabashade. Just change never said, I don't like it. Jesus said to my Tamajon de Chicasa, Tono do a tree mirrors and Roy do a sagam sedan. Need to a yellow poem, but you need them at them be trying you to son one. Tamajon de Neji. So that Jake Diva, the children try your marriage. Roy do not then. Then is it Johnny? Shag so much your marriage. Tamajon they took it over the Dujur Pony, Divajon Yomaris. On a condition was now, Chuni Damas, the type of Jome Tap, Divajon Golas over the Dimotopjas of Tamigoni, Divajon touch in the Matami, Remajo Divajon Trot away so one. Other than the Chibigoni, Tanazo Nielson, Sailor, two true La Sobala, Wrong Julo, goes on a Tacheton, Diva Migably, Shane Dumundu. Ronde is London Duman, this on a tony. She and there Rambajo Nimbu Civic Sonaton. Cottage in Nima Convol Sonaton and Coga Menayom. Nundal Goda, my Niagara Hazavatilum. Sono Jetoni, that Telegin Yama Contra. Me gave late to do, Megably to this sonaton. Dibile to Natasha Wajaju, Sajem Tom's Gate. Gavely, you know, they don't keep it on Maima, Kazu Sanjeton and Hual Manoja. Other Sani Ya Lomitse Nayon. They Pajo Longo Lomo and Legatin Maride Socha and Kajene, other Ni Samatadum. Then the Castagra Legati Sonaton, Jitra Chenem, Dogan Judep Tempeche, the long Euro. Say Salom and the Kalachino made the trailer to Chedev, the Kobisha drew Divan. Divan, and Masuma Chen, Sonatone. Nate Nima Condela, Nanoma Sonjeva, Shane de Chabroy, Industani, Nate Diva Mijia Somazo. Conscious of the Tomji, you did in Maga says or Tomjan of she. Then they show you 10 Kashi children on the Sonatone, 10 wrong side and room. No do Koron Mandro is on the Lum Nani and Ryerman. No do Korok Jesus Lumani and Rogu Sonza, Sakono, Juju Sharakachim. This one to Shadom Sharakachim is what. At that legend of Mutu, but don't I do Gomba Mai, Comba Lons to my son. Gomja Gomba said, wrong. That son of Comju at it, gave it. Come so I know, Kojong John, wrong, lower Duatu, wrong the Tradji. Ronda Reji, you go Divashim and Himo, Sonji, Chuju going water, Sanji Tomji Julia, they go to show that sounds easier than do that. 아다 텐데지 텐 당년부터 전이다 도공대 전진을 마도요 두주 시간 로사서 다 뭐뭐 제비나요 전시기 심축말 대좀 자해
The last support is the power. Sorry, the last power is the power of resolve. The power of resolve, as Karma Changme has mentioned in one of his prayers, that one should resolve that one will, at any cost, even at the cost of one's life, one will not commit negative actions. So that kind of resolve should be there, like even at the cost of one's life, one will not commit negative actions. So if you have these 4 powers, like if you employ the 4 powers perfectly, then what happens is, like, even if the negative even if the negativities are as big as Mount Meru, as huge as Mount Meru, they can be dismantled and purified and cleansed. Because the reason why this is so is because even though sins or negative actions do not have any good quality in it, but one good quality that it has is that it can be confessed, it can be purified. Because it is a conditioned phenomena. Sins, negative actions, negativities are conditioned phenomena. So they can be purified if you have the right approach, if you employ the 4 powers. So therefore, we should make all the possible effort to practice confession, confess all our negativities, because we don't want suffering. If we don't want suffering, we have to work on the causes of what actually brings about the suffering. If you remove the cause of suffering, suffering won't be there. So in order to remove the cause of suffering, which is actually the negative actions, negative karma, or the sins and obscurations, if you purify that and cleanse that through the practice of confession, then you don't need to suffer, because you have already kind of worked on the causes. And the consequences, you don't need to kind of like experience the consequence. So therefore, the first step is to understand the 4 powers and then do the confession. Now, if you think really carefully, how wonderful it is that we actually have the intellect. We actually have the intellect to know what the 4 powers are, and we can understand it. And when we understand it, we can also practice it. When we practice it, we can actually work on our negative actions and negative karma and purify them so that we don't need to suffer. So it's a kind of profitable kind of, thing like to do. And one thing that should be kept in mind is that purification happens from one's own side. Purification doesn't happen through some external forces. Because what the Buddha said is that Buddhas can't wash away the sins of sentient beings. Buddhas can't dispel the suffering of sentient beings through the power of their hand or power of their magic and so forth. They can't dispel the suffering of sentient beings through the power of their hand. And Buddhas cannot transfer their realization to sentient beings. If they can do it, they would have done long time back, because they have compassion for sentient beings. So it is not possible for Buddhas to transfer their realization. So therefore, what can actually save us is our own practice. Through the practice of true Dharma can only kind of liberate us. So this is the thing that we really need to understand. And when we do confession, one thing that we need to keep in our mind is that we may not be able to do confession all throughout the day. But when you start the day and when you finish the day and when you go to bed, like when you're going to bed, just kind of scan yourself and just look back like what you have done, what negative actions you have done in the day. and then remember them. And if you have done something wrong and you feel that it's wrong, it is negative, then right away confess it, purify it through the practice of 4 powers. And if you have done something positive and you remember it, just dedicate it for the benefit of all sentient beings, so that the merits can be multiplied. And then when you wake up, again, don't wake up like animals, like just wake up abruptly and go to work and, just take a moment to think and reflect. That, because what happens is most of us, what we do is like we always have a fear to accomplish something, and we might be late for that. Like in the morning, we might be late for the office, or we might be late for the breakfast or whatever, right? So therefore, don't do it abruptly. When you wake up, just give yourself some moment and think that today, you are going to start the day with some positive thought, and always try to make a resolve that one will, as much as possible, try to avoid negative emotions to arise, negative actions to be committed, so that, your life, the whole day would be kind of like, meaningful. So instead of just kind of, engaging in the busyness of this worldly life, give yourself some time in the morning and in the night, so that you can work on your, practice and work on your negative emotions and negative actions and purify them and confess them. So if you do so, then we ourselves will be benefited, and nothing else, none else. So this is something you need to keep in your mind. We will stop here the session, because this time is already up, and we have still many kind of pages to go, but due to lack of time we have to stop this. We don't have any option.
Tomni birana pamshe Tirga nashi warlon chubai Sibin solin roa Shodui jarwar sebje goin Soni zola jiran Dake tu sum ge so pa kom cho sum la cho pa bo Yavi tan ba pe jur ji ge wa sim chen kun la ho ro ge san ji to jur ji ge ta tam che chi du te Dake ju la men jur ji ru ni da ni cho zo te che ri nan me nyang to pe chen de sa ju no jur ji Namshi Tsempo Jurma Thai Deva Chandu Chi Jurshi Tene Pamo Kapshi Te Lurten De La Sargesho Shanshu Tomni Chisi Du Churben Rowan Rimbar Shu Kandur Jibi Jiwa Tamche Du Tori Yundan Dundan To Parasho Jima Tadu Chudan Chajurji Tsuju Jube Rawa Yubarasho Teryan Lama Tamba Nipshi Jin Yendom Sandu Chula Choparasho Churtoni Nibo Tondru De Tsindi Sibe Jamsu Gavarasho Siba Tambi Churaur Tomshi Jin Shenpan Rula Jongar Me Parasho Lapchen Shen Don Chori Me Bai Tam Che Cham Chi Son Ji To Parasho Yang Da Lama Dan Rami Chu Ji War La Lao Chu Ji Sa Dan Lam Ji Yun Den Rar Zo Ni Dor Ji Chen Ki Gong Pon Nir To Sho Na Cha Ru Sun La Nga Chu Gu Nga Ku Da Yi Shi Ro Ban Chang Le Sakson Nam Jure Chimbo Nyam Len Ji Yerme Tu Ji Tu 若修修本自萨多萨玛呀玛努巴拉呀本自萨多提诺巴提查执着没巴瓦斯多卡哟没巴瓦斯波卡哟没巴瓦Anurado me bhava sarva siddhi me prayatsa sarva karma sudha me cidam shriyam kuru hong ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva tathanga banjara mame banjara bhava mahasamaya sadhu 愿消三障诸烦恼，愿得智慧真明了，普愿罪障悉消除，世世常行菩萨道。好，头几天看了不去，我也去送，天看了不去带着酒啊，空手就这样过来。真的，好，感恩上师的开始，但是我们的时间的话呢，就是非常的紧张，因为我们可以多一点安排这些课程，这部课程的，但是问题是其他的重心都邀请上师，所以我们不能霸占上师，所以就只能安排到这样的一个课程，但是。就是非常感恩上师的一个事呢，就是今天基本上就给我们口传了。所以的话，这本书呢，曾经丁国芳讲过的，所以它有华文版跟英文版的。所以你们去找这本书，所以你们就有完全的有资格可以去看这本书，然后就跟随这本书去修行嘛，好，那么这个开始当中的话呢，让我们了解到的东西呢，就是说，等于说我们学很多东西，但是最后呢，变成什么都没有学，会变成这样的情况，所以的话呢，我们就是要抓住一个法来去修，所以就是修持观音菩萨的法门。把这个观音菩萨成为自己的所有法的重点放在观音菩萨的这个法门里面去修的话呢，就更加圆满所以这个主要是在这一部分来开始的，但是当然是更有一些渐修心的一些特别的含义那么就可能是各位都会上过很多这些部分的课程的很多人都会比我了解的，所以我们的话呢，就再次的去学习再次的学习。然后明天的话呢，就是早上的时间，我们藏密佛学研究会，成立到现在都很多年了，15年都有。然后这个期间的话呢，就是我们每个星期天早上10点到12点的期间的话呢，就是除非是我们去放生，或者是除非是有一些特别的其他的活动，断过，但是没有这些活动之外的话呢，我们就一直成立到现在都没有断过修这个21度母的法会的。所以明天上师就是跟随我们一起修这个21度母的这个曼达拉4曼达功的这部分的这个实修，所以各位想要参加的人呢，可以来参加。然后还有就是下午1点半的时候呢，就有大琼巴拉瓦的这个龙泉心水的那个传承之中的大琼巴拉瓦的观顶，这个也是非常的殊胜。然后晚上的话呢，就是时间有分配给伽玛嘎尤，然后就晚上7点半8点这个期间的话呢，上次有去这个伽玛嘎尤去这个弘法，然后他的这个弘法的部分呢。这个主要是讲这个金刚萨埵的部分，小业障的这个部分呐，那么就各位有时间的话呢，可以这样来去参加的哈。明天来这里也可以这样来参加的，那么就感恩大家了哈。那大家一起来供养上师。